You're fine. Go for it.
Hello, everybody. I just threw that on Xenia. I got her again. Great to see you, folks. Hope you're doing fantastic.
Never tells me.
Oh, we're on.
We're live.
Good to see you guys.
Thank
We're
you.
live. We need a big sign over top. Great to see all you folks. Hope you're doing fantastic tonight. Looking forward to this talk, guys. Really looking forward to this talk. It's great to have you all in here. Good evening to you, Landshark Picker Live. Hope you're doing fantastic, my friend. Look at all these great channels in here, guys. It is an honor and a pleasure, a privilege to have you guys. And I hope you guys are ready for a good conversation. I hope you're looking for a great one. This is something near and dear to our heart that we've been talking about probably now for about 6 to 8 months. And it all came to a head thanks to our good friend Markiplier here. I tried to tell you he's our friend.
Good friend, yeah.
You know, Mark and I were talking about this afternoon and that. No, we know him in no shape or form, but I respect the hell out of him. We mightn't be going on side with everything he said, but we're going to explain why, our opinion onto it, and why, especially as smaller creators, things can be different. So it's great to have you all in, guys, and let more small creators know, guys. Please hit that like button, tweet it out, tell friends, all that good stuff.
Hello and welcome here. This is our Monday night special, and that means that we are grabbing a special topic, as Andrew said, dear to our heart, but important for you guys as well. And today, for those of you that don't know, we're gonna describe a little bit in short what exactly happened with Markiplier and who is Markiplier, because I'm sure there are people that maybe don't know who he is. So we're gonna dive a little bit into the situation that happened over the last week and the weekend, and then dive right into the things that are related to his concerns, and of course tips, how we can do without the tips of what and how to do if you are in a similar situation, plus debunking the myths that we all of a sudden started to have this week. Yeah.
Oh, you were doing good. I was just running along with you.
Yeah, definitely. The result and the aim of this live stream is to debunk the myth of Markiplier YouTube drama, but also our own misconceptions about YouTube. So stick around. There's lots to go through, and definitely we're interested in your opinions and questions as well at the end of the stream. We hope you have some fun. And if you do, and if you're already wondering, well, this sounds interesting, share it out. Click that like button and share it out. We do appreciate if you do. And if you're new, welcome here. Subscribe to us if you like what you see, and double check if you're already subscribed. Maybe YouTube plays the games with you too. You never know. Ring that bell too.
You never know, guys. I also want to thank everybody this morning for coming for our Remembrance Day live stream that we did. Thank you so very much. It was monetized right up until we went go, and then of course, because we were talking about veterans, that had to be limited monetization. God forbid, though, if we were beating each other with bags of potatoes, it'd probably go through.
Well, don't say
okay.
that now. You know, who knows? Now.
So, anyways, like I was saying, I was in the middle of it. They left it go. They didn't leave it go, so we didn't get much of a push. Then they monetized it after, only to take it back again, to give it back a second time. So we had to appeal it twice. But thank you guys so much for being there. Really do appreciate it. You guys are absolutely awesome. We're going to get into it in a few minutes, guys. In the meantime, hit the like button, tweet it, tell friends. Welcome to each and every one of you guys in here. I'm hearing in a lot, guys, what we're talking about. This is not new because it happened to Markiplier. It just came more to light because of Markiplier. But I'm hearing this kind of information all the time. Streams I go into, I hear it 10, 15 times a week sometimes. I found it kind of went down for a little bit, and now it's heavily on the rise. And funny it should happen, then this happened with Mark, and it all boiled to the top. So this is a subject that's near and dear to pretty much everybody in here. All of us frequent live streams, either hosting them or attending them. So really looking for great conversation, great dialogue, guys. As always, I know you guys are great at it. Just be respectful to each other in the chat. It's okay to have difference of opinions. Just do it the right way. Just give everybody a chance to be said, to be heard. Your opinion is as much valid as theirs, for sure. Texas Lottery fun. Thank you so much, my friend. Do appreciate it. Old guy on a bike. Cheers. Great to see you, my friend. Jackie Outer, our resident sweetie, is in the house. We have Nomad Unboxing. There's the man. There's the man. Donna Just Being Real. Welcome, welcome, welcome. How are you doing? Octai Dogan. My channel was shut down for about 2 hours, then reopened again. Options for you. How you doing? Great to see you. Loyalty above everything. Thank you so very much. Hope you're doing fantastic. West Haven always and forever. All I know, Pusa Studio is Andrew and his wife is the devil's working over to. Unfortunately, yes. Unfortunately, yes. You said a mouthful right there, my dear. But you know what? We just trooped through it. Let the devil play in their own sandbox. We'll make a bigger sandbox of our own. That's
Todd Short is back from yesterday's live stream, and we're always glad to see when people come for the second time. That means that you had fun yesterday for the first time when you joined us. So thank you so much for coming back and giving us a second chance. True Nurse Angler is here as well. Demented Maniac. Hello, good to see you here. I see some horror community here is in the house as well. Good to see you all.
So many great folks, and we ask you once again, guys, can you hit the like button, tweet out, tell friends, all that good stuff. It really does help out a lot. Thank you once again to all you. We hit 10,800 yesterday. You guys are absolutely awesome. Thank you so much. I heard there were like 50,000 accounts hit. It was a lot.
Yeah, there were different numbers going around, definitely. But you know what? It doesn't really matter how many. The fact itself that it happened is what should be concerning us as YouTubers, but also should clarify a little bit of what exactly happened and what does it mean for us, or maybe it doesn't. Maybe it doesn't. Yeah, you know what? I think they are really anxious to hear what exactly we want to talk about here, especially the new people joining us. Life After, hello, how are you? So let's do our quick housekeeping. A quickie housekeeping.
I don't get where she's going, but I'm just going to smile.
Hellos.
I'm going to run. Hello, everybody, and welcome. And we're going to do those. We'll do our roll call in just a second, guys. Give you the rockstar welcome to each and every one of you guys for being here. It's absolutely amazing to have you all. So many great channels, guys, under one roof. Thank you for choosing our roof to hang out. You guys are absolutely phenomenal. And let your friends know, guys, we'd love to meet them. The more people, the better the conversation. So many great looking folks. You guys are looking stunning. You guys make us look good. Thank you so much for that. Also, guys, don't forget to put up your Blue Wrench Group selfie. I know I said last night I was going to start putting the community post. We'd forgotten about Remembrance Day today, so don't worry, we're going to put up 2 tonight after this is done from tonight and 2 from last night as well. So we're still doing it. Have no fears, just offset by a day. But there you go, guys. A selfie of you watching us. You can't do that. A selfie of you. Upload to Twitter using the hashtag Blue Wrench Group. And please make sure you use the hashtag Blue Wrench Group so us and everyone can find you. It's a great way to grow your channel, great way to grow your Twitter page. And I hope you'll consider follow us on Twitter while you're over there. That's the best way to stay up to date. And if you don't have Twitter, we've started this a long time ago. Wasn't trying to get another incentive for people to join Twitter because it's such a great tool for all YouTubers. Cache Canada, welcome. It's Megan, welcome. Hope you're doing fantastic today. Oh, did I just put them on hide?
Dustin Johnson is here as well. Hello, how are you? Campton Family Campton Family Compound is here as well. Hello, how are you? And thank you so much. Mandy Mix Media Queenie is sharing it out, and thank you for those of you that are already doing it. We do appreciate. Thank you so much. So sorry, Cache Canada, that was my mistake.
And you're fixed, and I gave you a wrench to protect you from my badness. There you go. I was trying to give you a wrench, but you got your wrench now, so you're covered. Sorry about that, my friend, but it's great to have you in here. That's all fixed. Once again, my apologies. Kiwi Lobber, what's going on? Hope you're doing fantastic. Kiwi Clobber, excuse me. Great to see you. Yeah, it's not the first time I've screwed something like that up, that's for sure. Nathan T's Halloween and stuff. Hello.
Welcome back.
Welcome back. Hope you're doing fantastic. Great to see you. So many great channels in here, guys. It's a pleasure to have you. Well, yeah, you got a wrench, so there you're covered. That's because of me accidentally blocking you, Cache Canada. I'm so sorry about that. The Art of Handmade Dolls and stuff. How are you? Great to see you. Yes, guys, we're going to do that welcome in just a second. And once again, don't forget about your selfies. It's a great way to be seen, and we're going to be putting them up after the live stream's over. We'll get 2 on a community post from tonight and 2 from last night. Put some links to your channels. That's a great way to get a bit of extra push for your channel, extra eyes onto it as well. You'll appear in the opening credits of our next live stream. So there you go, guys, right there. If you forget the hashtag, just let us know and we'll paste it in for you. Thank you so much for being here, guys. Thank you for choosing to spend some time with us out of the billion-plus channels. All that comes with life is an honor, a pleasure, and a privilege to have you all in here. Larry Johnson's in the house. Did you change your name again, Larry? Are you breaking my brain, man?
Yeah, just remember, you can only do it 3 times in 90 days. Just FYI.
Yeah, so you might want to. You got to stay with us because it's still my favorite. No, that's selfish. I'm doing it for my own enjoyment because I love that name so much. I always tell Larry Johnson he has the ultimate 70s porn name. That's why I love his channel so much. Alrighty, guys, we're going to try it here. We're going to shake the ground, folks. I'm going to put off the music here in a second. I'm going to count to 3, and then all of us together that haven't hit the like button, we're going to do it together and shake the ground, guys. That's right. Leonard Shea. Hope you can check out our Remembrance Day video from earlier on today. And much love to you, my friend. Alrighty, guys, here we go. We're going to put out the music for a sec. Here we go. All right, guys, let's shake the ground. Let's see if we can cause that earthquake. Here we go. Ready? Everybody on the count of 3 that hasn't hit the like button, let's do it, folks. 1, 2, 3, hit it! Oh, it's going, it's trembling. Oh my God, the camera's going all over the place.
Camera. I hope we haven't shrooms on this.
Oh my God, it's going all over the place. Isn't that crazy? It's unbelievable. This is so fun. This is like the funnest thing I've ever found.
It's not fun, you're shaking a camera. How fun it is.
Settle down, one. Alrighty, guys, there she goes, and she's giving it the old Xenia twist.
Because
she cuts half herself off every time when you do this.
Because everybody wants to see both sides of your face, not just mine.
You can see, look. There we are, 1, 2, both in the camera. Both.
You
say
sure?
Hi, say hi. Hello.
Hi.
Hello.
Okay, guys.
Right.
If you are new here, you're probably wondering what are they doing. Let's get to the topic.
Yeah, exactly.
We
get enough of the dad humor for a while.
Yeah, this is our regular housekeeping here.
Yeah.
We're gonna try to cut it real short today because we know that's you came for the reason here. But nevertheless, this is our talk show format exactly with tips and a tad bit taste of entertainment for your pleasure, for YouTubers mostly. Sometimes for viewers as well. Sometimes. Okay.
Alrighty.
We are a husband and wife couple from Montreal in Canada. During the day, we do our photography and videography services, professional work as Push Studios, and at night, we are passionate about our YouTube channel. 6 times a week, we are live with entertainment, education tips, And yes, a little bit of mom and dad jokes. Welcome here. If you are new, hello. If you're just watching, say hi in the chat. And Andrew is going to say hi to each and every one of you just being in the chat right now. And then we're going to dive right into that topic that we all want to hear about.
Yeah, guys, I'm going to get that aside once again. Don't forget about it, guys. And if after the live stream's over, you can go over and check out our Remembrance Day. It is time-stamped on that. That'd be awesome. Keep it rolling for today. Show respect to the fallen ones who gave us so much. That is for sure. So, alrighty, guys, let's get that rock star welcome on its way. Let's start saying hello to all these channels in here. I want to say hello and a great big welcome to Zaza Galore. We got Yvonne Grub, World of Crafting. XOXO AIM is in the house. Wildly Paranormal Place is here, folks. Wilder Scotland. West Haven, always and forever, aka Elena, how are ya? Wall Street Homestead is here, folks, that's right, as well as Void Pex is here. We got Todd Short sitting in the house, guys. We got T and Andy. Thrifty Santa, welcome, welcome, welcome. The Electric Beard is in the house, as well as the Art of Handmade Dolls and stuff. Thames World is here, guys, that's right. Terrell's Artwork Channel, the original wrench, guys. Back we only had 4 or 5 in the chat. Terrell was our very first mod and still here today, and that is so awesome, Terrell. Thank you so much. Tamara Maglin is in the house, and a great big welcome to you. We got Sun Media 1 here, folks. We got Split Screen Gaming, Games and Vlogs here. Well, there's my boy from Canada, Snoopy Eats 408. What is going on, my friend? Hope you're doing fantastic. Skies Took My Drone is here. That's right. Sizzling Bacon is here. Sincerely, Kristen is here. Chandra's Graphics is here, folks. Sheck Happens is here. Oh, I love that name. Ryan Vexo, the Domino Channel is here. We have Roaming with Rover in the house, folks. That's right. We have Retro Gamings. Reacting to Reacts is here. We have Queen Helen Casey. How you doing? We have Philip Oldenborough in the house. And we have... Talking about channel's been with us for a long time. Philip Cockram is in the house. How you doing, my Canadian friend, today? Hope you're doing great. Patricia Gallant, folks, is here. That's right. And then we have Patreon Pirate in the house. We have Outdoor Staycations. We have Orient Star. Holy God, it's been a while. How you doing? Hope all is well. We have Octai Dogan in the house, folks. That's right. And we got the man, the lad himself, Nomad Unbroken. How are you? Hope all is well. Nathan Tees. Halloween and stuff. That's right, folks. My Cry for Help. My Cry for Help. How you doing? We have Messenger Empath in the house, folks. We got Mountain View Turning in the house, folks. We got Mike and Liz in the house. We have Metafish TV in the house. We got Mandy, Mixed Media Queen, in the house. Great to see you. We have Loyalty Above Everything in the house. Welcome back. We have Love Them Sense. Welcome. We have Love Island's Hardcore Detectorist. Welcome. Lisa Free Spirit is here, folks. That's right. As well as Life with Liz. And Leonard Shea is in the house. And we also got Leonard Duke. We got Larry Johnson. We got Kiwi Cobbler, Magnet Fishing. So great to see you. And God help you. I'm so sorry I cannot get your name for the life of me at the time. It's not that it's hard. It's just because it's together. Lady Ann is here, folks. Welcome, Lady Ann, as well as Cardoso Media. That's right, folks. There's a big welcome to you, my friend. Joan Romano, how are you? And welcome, welcome, welcome. We have Jackson RC Aviation in the house. We got Indiana Kid. What's going on, my friend? Good to see you again today. Hope Meyer is here, folks. That's right, as well as Gothic Rose. We got Going Studios in the house, folks. We got Furious Reactor here. We got Flowback. We have Fila Noctis in the house. We got Drew C here. Welcome. We have Daffodils in Vegas. I love saying her channel name. Took me 3 months to get it right, but now I do. Demented Maniac. Welcome, welcome, welcome. We have D's Delicious Bites, folks. We have Daily Life in Nature here. We have Daily Dose of Davis. We have Corbin Connection Comedy. We got Coffee Outdoors. We got Chris Tan Tiff. We got Chop It Up. And we got Chills TV. And Cache Canada, who I unbanned and then unbanned and then modded, and welcome for all that craziness and fun. Glad you're here. Better Days is in the house. Welcome, my friend. We have Benny Bass Fishing. That's right. That's right. And Barrel Boy Woods is in the house. I ain't kidding. You can see him right there. All my kitties is here. Welcome. We have Alex Express 3. How you doing? Hope all is well. Alex, the Blue Man, reviewer, and gamers here, folks. That's right. As well as Alex Ruin in the house. We have Adventures of David and Aaron here, folks. Welcome. As well as According to Jeff. Welcome, welcome, welcome. We have Ability Mom of 2 Vlogs. Yeah, that's right. Eric Hale, what is going on, my friend? Great to see you. A Simple Life in North Wales, fantastic to see you. A Life at Home, great to see you. And 631 Slots, fantastic to see you. And a great big welcome to each and every one of you. Guys, not all the names are on there. Like I see San on there. How you doing, San? Just say hi to us, guy, and highlight our name so we can give you a big welcome as well. It's a pleasure to have you here. And don't forget to hit the like button, guys. Tweet out, tell friends, all that good stuff. It really does make a big difference.
We have a Metalfish TV in Water, Scotland. Big Rob, a.k.a. Hello, how are you?
Big Rob.
The creator, welcome back from yesterday. Fun Size Productions is here from yesterday as well, I think. So welcome back. Inspired Art by Mary. Mountain View Turning. Rose Dragon, Rebel Toys, hello, how are you? Simple Man's Barbecue, hello, how are you doing today? Kristan TFF, how are you? Daily Life and Nature, so many amazing people here. Hello, everybody. Thank you so much for joining us. Click that like button, share it out. We do appreciate when you do. Thank you so much. And of course, if you're new here, please subscribe to us. So we do appreciate that as well. We just crossed 10,800.
Thank you, guys. You guys are absolutely awesome. Thank you so very much for that. Do appreciate it. Great knowing each and every one of you guys. And if you have more friends you think that like what we do, please let them know. Tell them to come on over and make sure they tell us that you sent them so we give you a big thank you as well.
And we have Sparky and Drew's Food Reviews. Thank you so much. I'm trying to fix that, guys, now. We took it away in an earlier live stream. Flawback, hello, how are you? And MJ's Unboxing Scratcher and Fun as well. I'm fixing that right now.
Okay. Alrighty, guys. Great to see you all in here, folks. You are absolutely fantabulous. I can't even make up words. I can't even rhyme the words together to say just how amazing you guys are. We're going to get to it, folks, here. I think it's about time to get that discussion on the road. We're just taking care of one little tiny quick thing here, guys. In the meantime, there's a good time to Common Sense with Elizabeth. Hello, how you doing? How you doing? This is a good time, guys, to mention about selfies as well. Don't forget about them. There you go, guys. A selfie of you watching us. You can't do that. A selfie of you. Upload it to Twitter. Make sure to use the hashtag Blue Wrench Group so us and everybody can thank you. Sorry, guys. This is what happens. I'm no good at multitasking. Xenia can pull it off better than I can. I apologize. But
there you go. It's back now. So if you're looking for that super sticker, as somebody was asking in the chat, it's back. Refresh your screen and you're going to get it back.
We took it off this morning for Remembrance Day because we didn't think it was fitting to have that up there for that kind of an event. So that was removed and it's back up. So
thank you so much for reminding.
View Grill, how are you? Great to see you. Hope you're doing fantastic. Talkin 778, what's up? What's up? What's up with you? Hope you're doing great. Fun Size Productions, I'm glad you're having a good time. Just Like Paradise, welcome. So many great channels, guys. Don't forget about our merch as well. That we will plug that one. No, that's not the Remembrance Day show. We'll mention that very quickly. There you go, guys. Something for everybody, the Blue Wrench Group, and there's more coming, more on its way. There you go.
Working hard.
Yes, most definitely. And this, it's great. You guys are checking stuff out and buying that. And if you do, please, like someone started to do, please put up a selfie or something or let us know. We're always honored. This is our pattern, seamless pattern Blue Wrench socks right here. That's right. As well as the leggings. I just like saying leggings. There you go. There you go. With the same Blue Wrench pattern. As well as other stuff, guys, for babies and everything else. And now they're all in categories. That's right.
Yeah.
That's right. I didn't know that. See, I didn't even know that. You guys found out at the same time as I did yesterday. Xenia knew already. I had no idea.
Well, yes, I changed it there, so yes, I did know.
Yeah, see? I'm always the last to know. And there you go, guys. In neon colors are Don't Move a Muscle shirts, etc., etc. You can see it in the merch shelf down below. You guys are absolutely awesome, and I think it's about time to get into it. What do you think, Xenia?
Yes, I think so as well. So let's get into it and let's get to the topic of debunking Mr. Markiplier's YouTube shenanigans or YouTube drama.
Do you want more shake the ground before we get into it?
Oh, no.
Yeah.
I feel for that camera. Every time you do it,
Okay,
I feel bad
I'll
for
just
it.
shake myself around. I'll be wacky inflatable tube guy off of Family Guy. Jenny O'Brien, how you doing? Great to see you. Hope you're doing fantastic. Thank you so much, Chills TV and Rose Dragon, about the merch. Thank you so very much. The compliments go to Xenia for that one for sure. Do you guys help me with other people's Teespring setup? We could maybe do something like that on, not individually too much, but we could maybe do something on Tech Talk Tuesday at some point.
Maybe so, yeah. But if you have any particular questions, send us. We're still learning as well. So definitely, if you have any tips, send those as well.
Alrighty, guys, here we go. On the count of three, folks, I'm going to shut off the music. Here we go, folks. On the count of three, we're going to rock the world again with all you guys. Anybody who hasn't hit that like button, folks, we're going to do it together on the count of three. Let's see if we can shake the room. Let's see if we can shake the world. Here we go, folks. 1, 2, 3. Hit the like button, guys. Hit it. Hit it. Oh, we're getting a couple aftershocks. There we go. Oh.
You got to shake as
There we
well.
go.
Like, see, this
There we
looks
go.
much more
This looks
relatable.
so believable. Yeah, there you go.
Well, much more than your static,
There you go. There you go. Holy God. Oh my God, it went up like crazy. You guys are absolutely awesome. Thank you so very much, folks. If you haven't done it, it really does help a lot, not just in our live stream, but anybody's live stream partake into. Alrighty, guys, with that said, it is time to get into this. It is time to discuss this. And I'm trying to even think of where the best place to start, because there's a short answer, a long answer to this.
Well, let's wind it back a little bit. And for those that don't know what happened, tell what happened, because I know there are people that don't know. There were tons of people that were messaging us with questions about, our reaction, but there also were people that didn't know who Markiplier was. So maybe we should talk a little bit about that first.
Markiplier was born in a little village. I love it. Nobody does a segue quite like Xenia. I'm going to say that off the bat. I just have to give a little shout out to her on that. Nobody makes you feel like you're back in 1970s television like Xenia.
Charmy B, hello and welcome here. See, Rose Dragon doesn't have any idea about who he is.
Okay.
And Mandy, Mixed Media Queen, doesn't know what happened. So let's fill people in.
All right, folks, we'll do this together. We'll just jump back and forth and do little parts. How's that? We'll make it like a little presentation. All right, guys, we have Markiplier, folks. Markiplier has been on YouTube for a while. One of the big, I don't like saying founding members because, of course, YouTube's been longer than that. Big Rob, a.k.a. Godfather Scratcher. You are the man. Thank you so very much for that super chat. Do appreciate it. And you rock, my friend. You're the one who rocks. Thank you so very much. Markiplier's been one of the new elites, I would like to put it. I think it's probably the best way. He has been one of the pinnacles in taking YouTube to new heights, along with PewDiePie, along with iDubbbz, along with H3H3. He's all part of that, but went further at 24.5 million, a little over 24.5 million right now. One of the definite big contenders that not only helped build the name of YouTube and take it to new heights, but I think a very honest, genuine individual. And you can't speak for anybody. We don't know him directly, but I mean, one of the more genuine people I like to think on this platform, who really, the sad part is most big YouTubers in general do not get the praise they deserve, and I've said that many times. I know it's very common now in a lot of places to hate on bigger YouTubers. I find that taught a lot in different streams and stuff. And it's all about the little guy. Without these guys, we wouldn't even have the opportunity. And don't forget, they were a little guy one time too. They didn't start off at 24.6 million. He's kind of evolved himself as well in the same essence as PewDiePie, what type of channel he is, venturing through gaming reactions. Just a real, true ambassador for the platform. So, Markiplier, do you want to talk a little bit? We're going to pass this back and forth. Now, do you want to talk a little bit about what he was doing that day?
Yeah, Yeah, so what happened is he does live streams, and lots of them are actually devoted to his charity work, where he raises millions of dollars during 2 or 24-hour live streams, depending what he's doing. In one of these live streams, I think it was last Monday, correct me if I'm wrong, he was doing the live stream where he asked his members vote using special membership emojis. So maybe some of you know, if you are over 30,000 K subscribers, or if you are a gaming channel, you get to have memberships for your subscribers on the channel. And along with them, you get some customized options. For us, for example, customized emojis that only members of your channel can use in the chat. So that's exactly what he asked. He basically was asking them to vote with green and red paddles, special emojis that only members were having. Well, his live streams are huge traffic live streams. Obviously, he's almost 25 million subscriber channel. You wonder sometimes here during the wheel hour chat flies by. Well, that one you blink, you are out of the loop basically. And that's what they were doing. They were voting using these paddles. Well, after the live stream, YouTube and Google removed hundreds of people's channels and accounts. So the people that were participating in the live stream, even the people that were not spamming, so to say, but were there just guilty by association, so to say, got their YouTube account suspended, and along with that, their Google account suspended as well. Now you wonder, well, what's the difference? Well, obviously, if you're just a viewer, your YouTube account maybe doesn't mean to you as much as a creator, but your Google account has everything tied to it. Your Google Drive, your email, your photos, your calendar, your events, anything and everything nowadays revolves around our email because everything is tied into it and is synced to it, right? So people lost an enormous amount of information. Now, first, it wasn't really understandable why and what was the common measure, so to say, why it happened. Well, Markiplier mods and with people contacting each other, they realized that was a consequence and result of people being in this live stream using these emojis or numerous times, maybe once, or maybe just even being in the live stream itself. Markiplier put the video out there, a plea for YouTube, and the link is down below in the description, which in the first day got over 2 million views just in the first day of him posting it, where he basically was pleading to YouTube to explain what exactly happened, why these enormous amounts of channels, creators, viewers were suspended, including their Google accounts. What had happened, what was the reason, and are they trying to get them back? Because every person who tried to appeal their suspension got back definite no, denied. Yeah. All the appeals were denied.
Go ahead.
Yep.
No. So that's where this is a very interesting case, because we're going to look at this from two sides, because remember right now we're talking about a big YouTuber right now and a case that's handled, and the outcome is going to be different from what a lot of us would see as a smaller YouTuber. And I can't stress that enough. There is a tie-in to all this that's really important to everybody here, especially people that have live streams, especially the information that's going around. And this is nothing unnew to this case. Literally, it's got to be at least 6 to 8 months we've been hearing this stuff over and over and over in different ways and different formats. So I guess I will sum up Mark's a little bit on that it was denied. Mark did go to bat for his viewers with the video that I was just showing a minute. I didn't put it on the most flattering shot of him. I feel kind of bad now, like I threw him under a bus. There, that's better. In this video where he addressed it, because of the flood of inquests coming into what happened to their channel from being there. And he really went to bat so far to the point that the engineers don't work on the weekend, came back today, and they actually, YouTube acknowledged first and foremost that they screwed up, to the point one of the engineers wrote the problems that happened with it, and they effed up. Like, they literally use that term, and that's owning it. And I mean, hats off to them, because you know what? That's what everybody's waiting for in anything like this, especially when it's big business, is accountability. Not the trade winds were to the side and, we were moving that day. No, just admit it happened. And they did, and they're fixing it. Now, how they're suing, they're not going back into every one that was in his day. I have a feeling they're going to be doing more. They don't want to say their process, probably. They're probably doing a bit more of a whitewash. On the day, they're probably setting a certain time when a bunch got hit and kind of indexing that and granting like a clemency to them, if you want to call it, for lack of a better terms, that they're going to bring those channels back. We haven't heard the exact details of how they're doing it. Most channels have them back. And there's some that do, but are missing some of their videos. But YouTube has assured them through Mark not to worry, and they're going to be restoring those videos as well. And at the same token, he's even gotten the personal number from Susan, but it's not Susan, the CEO. I'm trying to remember her last name. But she's
content manager.
Content manager, but I can't remember her last name. But she's even given her personal info. This is very important for what I'm going to say after, so I just want to make a keynote under that. They're going to keep in direct content to make sure this all gets resolved, which is fantastic for this issue. But we're going to get into the bigger issue. That's nice that's happening, and hats off to Mark and hats off to YouTube for doing it. And why do I think it's so important for not just once they got back their account? I think it's nice that they're doing something for the bigger YouTubers that made their name what it is, who I feel they get absolutely no recognition for what they do on this platform. And I brought the example time and time again. If you were to see inside of most major networks, NBC, ABC, CBS, Fox, etc., it's a shrine to all the channels that made them big and the channels that are keeping them going. Big posters everywhere, celebrations for them. These guys rarely get anything. Yes, a gold play button. Yes, we've all heard of a gold play button. Yes, we've heard of the ruby button. And that's about as far as it goes. So I think it's great for him to get that kind of treatment, and rightfully so. He should have that, because of all he's brought to this platform. Honestly, it's the least they can do. It's the least they can do. Because the trade-off of what he's gotten from this platform, it's not like he got nothing, but compared to what they've got from him being on this platform. So hats off to them that this worked out well. I'm really glad of that. That said, it doesn't work so well for all of us. And really, as much as I appreciate how Mark did this, and I'm going to say why this is kind of got me divided. YouTube didn't really mess up as bad as I feel it did a good job of what it was supposed to do.
Yeah.
That's
and I know we're going to get some hate sound now.
Yep.
But just bear with us, and we're going to explain to you what exactly happened.
Mr. Wise, how are you? Oh, it's been a while. There you go. Thank you. Oh,
super sticker, super chat, super sticker, super chat. The one with the cape. Thank you so much for that super sticker, super chat. Thank you, Mr. Wise. Thank you.
Oh, we had put him in contact with for some information on that, Sparky. There was another channel that just got that recently. We were just talking to him the other day.
Yeah, and he didn't reply, so there's only so much we can do. If the other side is giving up, so that's unfortunate, though. But there is ways to get it back, though.
Most definitely. But we can only do so much on our part. It's that person. We can't go on behalf of the other channel once those now. They've got to run with it. It's like going to the bank. Like, I couldn't call on behalf of you to get it fixed. It doesn't work that way. We can only set up the channels and then go from there. All right. So we're going to get back into this, guys. So we kind of agree with YouTube in a way. Yes and no. I just want to say it off the bat. There's a lot of things can be done better on here. In a sad way, yes, it didn't work out so well for Mark. But it was doing what it was supposed to be doing. This whole scenario with Mark has worked out well, and like I say, rightfully so. He should have it worked out. They owe him that and so much. And you know what? At that size, they should have access, and they should be able to ratify problems like this. That's also something that shouldn't even have to be discussed. Should be done. But this is something we've talked about for months and months and months, and kind of fallen on deaf ears. And I go into live streams all the time where I'm like, okay, guys, okay. Don't use the word. And sometimes they bring our name into it, which drives me crazy. Guys, Pusa Studios is here. They don't like the S word. So everybody's use fire trucks. Use them 700 times a minute. But say fire trucks. CYNTMO. Oh, there you go, super chat.
Super sticker, super chat, super sticker, super chat, super sticker, super chat, sent and MO. Thank you so much for being so cool and that super sticker, super chat. Thank you.
So this is what happens. This is exactly what the algorithm is supposed to be doing, is cleaning up what happened on this point here. It was supposed to clean up the point of spam. Spam comes in all forms, shapes, and sizes. Everything is spam as long as you're using spam a million times. Thank you, Unique Sway. Thank you. I'm waiting now for somebody to run with it and go absolutely crazy. Thank you. Don't give them any ideas, for the love of God. I know how this goes. Everything is bad when you have too much of it, in real life and on YouTube. And it does not matter in any shape or form, any word. It is all bad, and there's nothing protecting you, and there's nothing going to save you from it. As you see with Markiplier's live stream that day, one of the biggest YouTubers on YouTube had people do the same action repetitively, over and over and over and over, and that's why we are where we are today. This is why we've gotten hate from some people that we're too controlling, because we're telling people that we don't want them to say this and that. I hate the word sub because it's just low-grade slang for grabbing other channels. I don't like what it's associated with. I honestly find that term sub just junks up a channel. I like subscribe. I really do. I love subscribe. It's just sub. I just think it's just lowbrow. It really is. It's just one of those things. That's why it bothers me. But whether you say sub, whether you say subscribed, whether you say the fire truck, whether you say I dinged you, whatever emoji as well, because remember that the emoji's word has nothing to do with it. Zero. Zilch, nada. It's got to do. Okay, Unique Sway. Okay, thank you. That's enough. Thank you. So, thank you. So, it's the repetitiveness that gets channels in trouble. The algorithm is looking for patterns. That's what it's looking for. Repetitive motions over and over and over, because it cannot tell black from gray. It can only tell black from white. So over time it's been programmed and then learning on its own and developing. It looks for certain sequences of things to happen that usually happen in channels with problems. Like I'm always telling you about the about section, how important it is to have great grammar, great punctuation, great spacing. Why? Because the algorithm has kind of developed over time the theory that a lot of channels that do bad things on here have bad punctuation, bad grammar. The same as they use comma word, there are a lot of times. So sometimes when you say like I go hiking and fishing and trapping and hunting, it's not that you're doing anything bad because you want to try and trick the algorithm, but the algorithm's gotten so used to people putting tag words, just flopping them in here and here and here, it automatically associates. Okay, most likely this is spam, so we're going to err on the side of caution and call it spam, call it stuffing. Now there's been, and I mean I'm not picking on a channel, guys. It is ludicrous how many months this has been going on. Months. It's got to be at least 8 months or more. I've heard everything when I go into a live stream that's going to save them from getting hit. Now it's come down to some sort of math equation that I don't even think I would have had enough understanding for had I worked for NASA for 10 years on exactly. I've heard like you're only allowed 1.7% emojis divided by 4 words in with a spacing of, it's too much math. If you have to specify numbers to put something, you're already having a problem with your channel, and that's what you need to talk to your people about. And if you're doing that in a channel already, that's what you have to deal with, and why you're putting other channel and your own at risk is because you're doing the same thing over and over and over and over and over and over again. When things make sense, if we talk right now, what is there, 146 in here right now? If everybody was talking here and everybody within the next 10 minutes used 200 characters and said it somewhere down the line, I subscribe to you. Well, you're not shocking the shit out of YouTube because it's got the button. There's a button. There is a button called subscribe. It's well aware of it. It put it there. It's not that naive. It's not like it doesn't exist. There you go. In red with white writing, created many, many years ago. Subscribe. It knows what it is and it knows what to do with it. It also knows when things are being abused. And whether you decide to call it whatever you choose to call it, it's the pattern that's going to set off the algorithm. Hence with Markiplier, and then when they were doing the paddles of the green and the red, because it was the same thing over and 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 over, and finally the algorithm's like, this is not right. This is spamming. We're going to deal with it. It didn't care the context. It didn't know what Mark was doing. It didn't have like a side program into it saying that it was okay. I think there should be something set up for certain channels. They should be covered at this point for their size. But what if Mark had been getting hit with the really derogatory channel in there? He'd still most likely get his back because of his size, but his channel could have also been shut down for it, and he'd been gone through some sort of attack. So what if it wasn't the paddles? What if it was something derogatory? What if it was something racist? What if it was something hateful? It was doing its job. And the thing is, why I'm saying this, because I know somebody's going to come back to us after this all done and say, well, you know, I can get away with it because Markiplier got away with it. We're not Markiplier. We don't have that kind of reach. We can't fix things the way they do. That's why every time we put ourselves in jeopardy, we don't know how bad it can get, because a lot of times you could ask for help and you just don't get it. And what are you going to do? Hire a lawyer? Try and get the attention of a big YouTuber for the next 6 months to try and help you out? That probably won't. There's just nothing. That's the whole reason why putting yourself in jeopardy is just not worth it here, because they're not covered. Markiplier wasn't covered. Markiplier, once again, there's his number. Where is it here? 24.6 million.
Well, even he himself today, which was so funny, said that he is just a little speckle in YouTube's universe. And if somebody with almost 25 million subscribers says that he's just a little speckle in YouTube's universe, imagine what we are. Anybody here in the chat?
Exactly. Did you want to talk?
I don't know. I'm just injecting.
Did you want to do this?
Well, yeah. So we had a ton of messages, DMs, and tags in Twitter and Instagram and emails. People got all worried, obviously, about what was going on. So after trying to answer each and every one of you, we decided to put a tweet out, a little bit lengthy tweet for that a couple of days ago about what exactly was going on, and we were right, as Markiplier was explaining it today. But let's just look over it. If I can find it here as well. There you go. So we did do a tweet in response to the DMs and tags with regards to Markiplier YouTube live stream. And basically, it sums up what was going on, and that any repeated messages in the chat are considered spam. And nothing has changed in YouTube guidelines with regards to that. Just have to avoid any type of spamming, and if detected by creator, time out and remove the spam and remove the user if necessary to protect viewers and the channel. And we're gonna look into that a little bit in a couple minutes as well, about how we ourselves are responsible not only about what we post, but also about our channel comment section and chat section as well. YouTube creator is not dealing with the supposed spam by removing it. AI marks the stream and everyone as a threat. As Andrew said, it was mass spamming. It's hundreds, thousands of messages of the same thing over and over and over. AI, on one hand, does understand context, but it doesn't understand why they are all doing the spamming. It doesn't understand the social part of it, right? So therefore, it just marked as a huge, like,
attack.
Yeah, attack. It's basically the red lights were going off and the sounds were coming out. You know, is like you have to stop this. You have to stop this, and that's what they did. General use of emojis is not a spam. Using 1, 2, 3 sentences and copy pasting them or repeating them over and over and over in your comments or in the chat is spam. Okay, that's a difference. Use context, avoid repeated text, and be responsible for content of your comments and live chats. And a very important dot, because there have been such legends going around YouTube lately, and I hope it is only in our community and not getting blown out of proportion elsewhere. This instance has nothing to do with the new terms that are coming into effect in December the 10th. Okay?
Please know that. And they're getting
Has
quoted now at this point.
nothing
And
to do with the terms of December the 10th. We have read the terms. We're going to do content about that as well as we are doing our research, because we want to present it in a proper way for you guys. But it has nothing to do with it. So if you hear for somebody saying, well, this is the new terms and that's why you can't do and this and that. First of all, 10th of December is not even here yet. So why would be in effect now? That's just is completely illogical. But second of all, it's not there. It has nothing to do. It's completely separate instance, separate example, has nothing to do with what is coming up on the 10th of December. And as I said, we're going to be following up with a different show about that.
So yes, guys, please know that. And growing up, sorry, I'll just interject for 1 second. Growing up in a small town, you always heard when a good rumor started, well, it was never the person, it was always my uncle told me or my aunt told me. There's always a connection to it. And exactly with that, guys, I'm really hearing it a lot now. It's just going everywhere that everybody's seeing it in the community guidelines, updates and that, and it's not there. It's not there. And second again, as Xenia just said, if it was there, why would it be updated already when it's not even the time yet? So just to keep that in mind. All right, hon, there you go.
And Sam's World is saying it was just the program doing what it was made to do, and it seems it did well. Yes,
Yep.
for a different occasion, finally, it actually did its job.
Yeah, that's
It
the funny part.
actually did its job. You know, we always complain about how YouTube is not doing its job. Well, it actually did its job. It did exactly what it was supposed to do. It detected spam, it removed it, and it punished the people that were using it. And yes, it might have brushed with the same brush everybody that was in there. Well, because they were in there, they were not dealing with a spam. Markiplier was supposed to remove the content that was spamming. Obviously, it wasn't the spam, but in theory, he was supposed to remove it. His mods was supposed to remove it. And if they don't, and if it's not dealt with in a timely manner, this is what happens. And that's okay, because that's what the rules are. So, although he says he's still mad at YouTube, YouTube did what they were supposed to do. Now, let's dive into a little bit behind that, because there are these misconceptions. Well, you know, nowadays you can't use any more emojis in the chat. God forbid. Any emojis are forbidden. Like, don't even try that, you know? Certain words, as Andrew said, forbidden in the chat. That's spam. Links in the chat? Oh my God, like, never, no links anymore. Nothing.
The hosts of shows have been known to blow up when that happens.
Yeah.
I think I read that in the...
Yeah. Well, guys, this is all a legend that just gets weaved through and is completely untrue. So this is the excerpt from the YouTube guidelines itself. And so what is spam? Spam is content or correspondences that create a negative experience by making it difficult to find more relevant and substantive material. So if you're junking up your chat or your comment section with repetitive things, no matter if it is emojis, if it is one word, if it is a letter, if it is a number, if it is a sentence, if it is 3 sentences, it's junking up the chat, and therefore you can't find the relative information, you can't find the real comments. So no matter what type or form it is, any repetitive things can be spam. Unsolicited bulk messages to people on YouTube, especially in their comment section. YouTube detects spam based on text of a comment or by the behavior from a particular commenter. For instance, repeatedly posting comments can be detected as spam. And that's why sometimes you see, if you do copy-paste actions in the chats or copy-paste actions in the comment section, you go back and you see the comment is gone. Why? Because YouTube has removed it itself. If the channel owner hasn't dealt with it, YouTube has removed it. You are responsible for your own chat. You're responsible for your comment section. As per new guidelines that have started, I think, in August of this year, you are responsible for all content on your channel, including the comment section. Use your filters, use mods.
Walker Fam asked a good question. Are you saying that if we put links in the chat, it's spam?
No.
This is one thing I want everybody to take away from this. I'm just going to give a short little summary if you can take this part and remember this. It's about good practice. It's about balance. And that's what happens here in the end. All these things are good. as long as you're not overdoing it. If you're sitting there throwing, say I take, I don't know, I'm just going to pick on somebody here, Philip Cochran. And I'm going to, okay, we're going to post Philip Cochran's like, Philip's link, over and over and over and over, right after the other machine gun fire without any kind of context, any kind of point. The algorithm at some point is going to jump in and say something's not right here. They're not taking care of their channel. We got to deal with this. If that was happening, it's my job as the host to take care of that, start removing comments like that, warning them, timing them out if they're not removing them. That's our job. If we don't take care of our job, the algorithm is going to step in. And if you're the one, say like there's 10 people doing it and you're one of the people, but you're doing it the most, say 9 times out of 10. Say there's 10 channels, everyone is posting it every minute, but you're posting it every 5 seconds. Well, the algorithm's going after you. You're the spammy one of the group. You're the one who is clogging it up. Just think about it once again in real life. Even an advertisement, you know the most annoying radio advertisements where they banter back at each other and do all that stuff? Imagine if that was just going on right after the other. 500 commercials, 5 seconds long of the same commercial over and over and over and over again. How insane would you go by the time that gets a quarter of the way through? You would be irate. You'd probably never listen to the channel again. The FCC would probably shut down their signal they didn't, thinking somebody had taken it over because nobody would ever do something like that. That's exactly what it goes on in here. It's in the end, everybody's looking for this magic number, the same as with copyright. It's this want to have a set number like that. Okay, you're allowed 2.6 points of an emoji. You're allowed 7 words. You can't say subscribe, but we're going to call it grapefruit. And we're going to put up a peace sign. And that's going to be okay. And you can only do it a certain amount of time. There's no time limit on any of this. There's not one designated word that plays into all this. It's all about the repetition of it being used, and whether it's from one person or many people. Hence, again, if we had the 10 people in here doing it and one person does it over and over and over and the other ones are doing it normally, the algorithm sees you as the problem. And if I don't deal with it as a host, they see me as part of the problem. Then I'm promoting spam. You have the spammer and the spam promoter in the algorithm's eyes, and both are problems. So you do not want to fall in either category. You do not want to do actions that turn you into a spammer, and you do not want to be the host of a channel that promotes spam. That's why with our live streams, for as long, it's like 8-9 months, that's why I say this has been going on for so long. We've been doing this, and that's why we tell people, use up 200 characters in the chat. No, I got you. No, I rubber boot you. No, let's go. Let's do this. Let's do that. Let's talk. Because if everybody's talking, almost nobody's going to say the same thing twice.
Exactly.
And that's what covers our ass 7 ways from Sunday.
And yours as well. And then there
Yep.
will be no questions about what I'm
Exactly.
supposed to say, what I'm not supposed to say. Because if you're just talking like you would in real life, then you are not going to be worried about it. You're not repeating over and over the same sentences when you talk with people in real life.
Yep.
Now, I do have to handle something. Super sticker, super chat, super sticker, super chat, super sticker, super chat. Thank you so much. Guys took my drones. Thank you so much for that. Super sticker, super chat.
And I want to say, guys, thank you so much, by the way, my friend. Thank you very much. I also want to say, guys, don't forget, this also applies to comments. That's why I hate it. And we've seen it. I've seen different groups over time build up these ways, the way to answer on videos. That's spam too. And then you wonder why all their comments were always found in the spam, even if they watched the whole thing through, because the same exact thing was said every single time. That's what got them in the spam. It's not that they used one word or they used the other. Yes, there's triggers for certain stuff. If you're racist or if they have certain filters, yes. But in general, what triggers it almost all the time is the repetitiveness into it. You can't fool the damn computer. You can call it whatever you want. It still knows at the end of the day what you're doing. It's got nothing to do with the word. It's got nothing to do with the emoji. It's got to do with the amount of times it's being used. That's what sets the precedence for spam.
And that's why there is no particular word or no particular emoji or no particular content that is going to be a spam. A repeated behavior, repeated things are spam. Now, I do see a couple of comments that are here about the same subject, that it should be the creator's choice, so to say, what to keep and what not to keep on their channel. No. This is platform that is a private business. Let's play devil's advocate here. This is a private business platform, YouTube. This is not a government issued thing. This is not thing that everybody is, can have for free and just do whatever they want. This is business. We're using their platform.
Think about it this way, guys. Really. That will get you timed out. No asking for support. No asking people to check out your stuff or anything. Next time, guys, I'm busy. Time out if that happens again.
Thank
please.
you so much to Anthony about Super Chat. Thank you.
Think of us all like we're all in a mall together. I've always said that with YouTube. And think of this as the biggest mall in the world, and we all have our stores, okay? Now, we all have our stores. What happens if a couple of stores say, well, it's all right to let people rob me? I'm okay with that. I don't have a problem with being held up at gunpoint.
Mm-hmm.
Leave it go. That's my decision. I choose to be robbed at gunpoint. What the hell? You can't have it that way. There's got to be some sort of rules and regulations for what goes on here. That said, there is another side to what you just said, but you have to look at it in those terms. They can't just let this. It's already enough of a Wild West, and it can't stay a Wild West. As much as we dreamed for the day where everything was back in YouTube, it even had some rules back then. It just had to be more reinforced, more structured. Did they go too far in some stuff? Most definitely. Markiplier is a great example of what happened to him. What I think so much I would like to do, last year I wanted to start a bit of a call-in show. I would love to do late night call-in here. I think that would be the funnest thing in the world to do. I won't do it because God only knows who's going to call in, and you have no way of patting yourself. And if somebody does call in and they pick up and they're going to happen to say something stupid or racist or ignorant or hate-filled, you got to end your live stream right there because you can't leave it up and then hopefully deal with it in because your channel could be struck before the next 5 minutes come up. So it is hard to work within the parameters I hear when it's so free, and you could really do some amazing things with the technology that we have today. Because right now we're broadcasting to you all 140 some people around the world from our room in here in Montreal. I mean, we're living in this is the most fantastic development in communications in the history of mankind, in my opinion. Not because of our show. I'm talking about the technology that's available. You needed mobile trucks to do this just a couple of years ago. It's insane how easy it's gotten. And with that has had to come some rules, unfortunately, because there's just no way to cover ourselves. I am going to talk in the near future. We're going to do a live stream about this here in a bit more in advance, detailed. But for now, they have no other choice. You can't just turn this into a free show. And in the meantime, you have to make sure you're in the right. And even when we recommend stuff, when we talk about stuff, we give you guys all the information that's there. This one we can't because it's not in the guidelines. It doesn't exist. There's nothing to get. So what we're going to do is ask you guys to go over and read the new guidelines and familiarize yourself because it is coming around the corner for December 10th, and you should be updated onto them. Because in the end, it's like driving a car. Ignorance is no excuse for the law. YouTube is not going to buy it. So it's important that you do know what you can say, what you can do, what you can't. It's your channel on the line. It really is. It's as simple as that. And with the way Article 13 came out, and then what might be coming into and bringing all these things together, accountability is looking like it's going to be a lot higher in the very near future. So it's really important to get on track and get on track early, so you're not overwhelmed by everything or end up in a disaster. So that's what we've always preached. Everything we've always had. Here's the papers to it. Go check it. Go read it. Always go. It is our pleasure. Nothing makes us happier than when somebody comes back 2 days later and says, I enjoyed you guys talking tonight. I went and read up onto it and all that. I wish everybody would do that. That's what we're hoping happens from it.
And we definitely, as we go throughout what to do and what not to do, all the information, the links are going to be available after the live stream is uploaded. So tomorrow, if you come back to our live stream, you're going to see all the links to the information that we shared today, the same as all our previous Tech Talk Tuesdays and topics that we cover. You do have your resources where you can come back and find what you need so you know where to look for it.
Do you want to go back to your slides?
Yeah.
Okay. To the next one here?
Let's do that fast. Next one, I kind of mentioned that already, that basically you are the one responsible for everything that is going on, your mods, and you are the one that is responsible for the live stream. Markiplier didn't do anything because it wasn't spam in his eyes, but therefore that was all blanketed and colored in one paint, so to say. Okay, next one here. So when can YouTube terminate your account? Well, so the question was, why? They spammed in one live stream. Why did they right away got terminated? Well, you can get terminated in two major reasons. So one is when you step over the community guidelines. So if there is any community guideline violations, I see a spelling mistake, but that's okay. Violations, you get 3 strikes, and after the third one, you're out, basically. And we have talked about the strikes before and about the community guidelines. We're not going to go into details with that because it's a whole separate theme. I'm going to link below afterwards the links to the guidelines if you're not familiar with them, but we have talked about that before. Now, it also is an occasion where there is a severe abuse of guidelines. You can get terminated right away. So they do keep, so to say, the action into their hands, not to wait for the 3 strikes, but actually delete your account right away. So if they consider that you are dangerous on spamming, you're dangerous in community guideline violations, they are going to take your channel right away, off because they consider you a threat. Now, the other reason is copyright violation, and although it wasn't here mentioned, and it's not what Markiplier video was about, I still wanted to mention that because it is a major thing why your YouTube channel can be terminated. And what is important to know that it's not only 3 strikes that can terminate you there, but also associated accounts. So if you have multiple accounts tied to one email and one of the accounts get terminated because of the copyright abuse, well, your other ones are going to be terminated as well. So that's something to keep in mind. I know not many people know that. You say, well, I have one, that's fine, and the other ones are going to be fine, I will be using them. No, they're going to be terminating all of them. Now, one thing also that everybody was asking is what's going on, why my Google account is influenced by what happened with Markiplier as well, because people lost not only their YouTube channels, but also their Google accounts. And as I said at the beginning, that means your Google Drive, your email, your calendars, events, anything and everything that is tied to your Google account, Google Play, apps, everything got terminated. Why? Because Google keeps into their hands that if you are a major offender in any of Google products, they can terminate your Google account altogether. So if you are an offender in any of Google products, they can terminate your Google account altogether. And that's why not only YouTube accounts were terminated, but also their Google accounts were terminated. This live stream was lit on fire, literally. It was colored red. It was with, bangs and whistles and lights. It was like a huge comet coming on YouTube. They're like, get rid of it, get rid of these people. They are dangerous.
To put it in real life terms, it would have been like a city riot.
Yeah.
It would have set off a 5 alarm in every borough there was. Anybody available, States Guard, everything would be onto it. That's exactly what this would equivalent to. There was not just a couple of triggering, it was triggering such a mass quantity that it sent the algorithm into overload to protect its product, which is YouTube, the integrity of it, to keep it from ending up on the middle of Forbes magazine again. Because like I say, it was emojis. YouTube, the algorithm doesn't care if it's emojis, it doesn't care if it's words, it doesn't care what it is. If it's bananas, emojis, fire trucks, if it's salsa, whatever the case is, it just looks at it as a mass attack. And what if it had been? What if they had have attacked him with some of the most god-awful racial slurs of all time? What if they had hit him with the most hate-filled comments of all time? What if they had hit him with the most vulgar words of all time in there? This would all be a success story today. Unfortunately, the algorithm can't differentiate why it happened. It just understands that something catastrophic happened in its eyes, and it had to deal with it accordingly. Because it doesn't matter. Once again, guys, and I know some are joining in, so I just wanted to reiterate that. In short, it has got nothing to do with the word. You can use whatever word you want. You can use whatever emoji you want. It is all about repetitive issues. And people get that, and I've seen that. We do what we do in here, and then someone will go make their own live streams on, Pusa Studio is too rigid, we're going to go. And then a couple of weeks ago, they're doing the same thing as us. Why? Because they learned that's the reason why you do it. If it wasn't important, we wouldn't bother even clamping down onto it. But we have to for the sake of our channel, and that's why we have one golden rule in here. No repetitive form of any type. Talk, there's 200 characters in the chat, use them, because when people are talking, almost always they're never going to repeat the same thing. There is nothing. You can candy code it, you can change it, you can modify it, you can come up with whatever catchy little phrase, whatever catchy emoji, it makes zero difference. It is all about how many times something appeared, and that's how it judges the maliciousness of it. Anything. You could put happy puppy 100 times in it. If I don't deal with it, YouTube's going to be dealing with it. Somebody's going to be dealing with it at some point. It's not going to let it go on forever. This was just on such a mass scale, a lot of them got hit right away. That's why you're reported. And you want to talk about community guidelines? You are responsible for your channel. That is in the guidelines. That was updated. And they said it very clearly for your comments in your videos and your live streams. If you cannot handle doing this, disable your chat and or comments.
Yeah.
Very simple.
And
that
we talked
they did
about
say.
that previously,
Yep.
and that was in the summer. We talked about that. So if you follow YouTube, you should know it, but that's nothing new.
Yep.
By the way, we have Going Studios here, a very interesting example. And since I talked about that here in the chat, I'm going to tell you about that too. We actually removed Going Studios as part of our local policy here of timing out and then removing people that are spamming in the chat. Now, they and some other people, friends of them, asked us to reinstate them, that they were, they were apologizing for spamming in the chat. We reinstated them, so they are here. They're apologizing about that again, but in the meantime, they got an email from YouTube saying that they were spamming, and their channel got suspended. They had to appeal. They got the channel back. So, just an example of a person Going Studios here that were spamming, probably not only in our chats but also in other chats as well, got an email from YouTube and got suspended for spam.
Now, I want to say something, because today I was cornered in a live stream, and this happens every now and then. In the middle of somebody else's live stream, that's why I don't go to many live streams anymore, because I literally got, hey, Pusa Studios, you banned me from your channel for no reason. How do I get back in? And the host was good and did what they should do, the same thing as I would do. They removed it right away and said, this is no place to corner somebody. You message them. Now, we're hard to message because it's very hard to find out how to get in touch with us. Because you see, we keep it under a rock. We don't have any social medias out anywhere, nor here, nor in the description of any one of our videos. And my simple answer, I wouldn't do it in the person's stream because they handled it so well, I didn't want to disrupt it, would have been, well, the way you acted right now is a perfect example why you're banned. Going Studios, I have a ton of respect for right now, because not only did they understand what it is and didn't hold us against us, they got somebody messages DM'd us privately to deal with it, but also on top of that, shared the story about all of it. And you know what? Thank you for doing that. That is really cool of you to do.
Yeah.
I really respect that a lot. I just want to take a moment to say that.
Thank you so much. And yes, just reiterate, because somebody probably asked if we flagged them. No, you can't flag somebody for spamming like that. In that way, bots flagged them, because bots detected the repeated messages and therefore they got suspended. It's just one example, and we do really appreciate for you telling all of us here, because it is a great example, and I'm glad you got your channel back about what is happening when it happens. And that's why when we do remove your comment, when we time you out, or sometimes remove you altogether, it's not personal. It's not because we don't like you. It's because we are protecting not only our channel, and yes, we want to protect our channel. We have worked hard on it, but also other people in the chat, because we don't want them to be painted as spammers and carry the burden of that by maybe having flagged or maybe even suspended. So by doing that, we are protecting us and you as well. And it's not personal.
We are doing what YouTube has told us to do.
Exactly.
That's exactly what it is, and that is in the guideline. That's exactly what it stated there, that you are in control of your channel. When you have a channel here, you are like a bar, and once you open it up, you're responsible for the actions that go on inside of it, and you have to take care of it diligently. And we've had not just having to get rid of people, we've had some other stuff done to our channel recently. We're reporting it to YouTube as we're supposed to and going through the proper channels of it. That is your job on here. You can't just sit back and say, well, they're being, it is. I know it's hard sometimes. There's an ethics issue all the time. You got your best friend in here that you love and, been with you onto it, and they're spamming the hell out of your chat, but you don't want to upset them because you don't want them to go and make a hate video about you or go join another side or whatever the case in that. But in the end, once your channel's gone, your channel's gone. Even if they have a change of heart, I'm going to email YouTube and tell them it's my problem. It doesn't matter. You didn't take care of it when you were supposed to. We have no agreements. Markiplier that we're talking about tonight. I want to stress this. I've said this many times before. There you go. One of the people that's helped turn YouTube into what it is today. 24.6 million. He has no contract with YouTube. They don't owe him anything. This platform could email him tomorrow, could do it to everybody, could do it to him and say, guess what? It's over. You're done. The whole platform's done. There's no compensation. There's no, well, you got to give us 6 months to deal with it and find somewhere else to go or not. It's shut down. Just like that.
In a way, it is best and worst employer at the same time. You get to do what you want in a way, for free in a way, but you can also lose it all at once without a warning.
Exactly. You're always on a thread here. So you better be diligent, because if you're waiting for YouTube to catch your back, it doesn't. He had a hard time getting about this. He feels that it was very genuine what they're doing, and I'm sure there is part of it. But there's also to save face as well. That's very important. So, Gary Sprinkler Repair, Pusa Studios. Thanks for your info tonight. Thank you very much. Appreciate
that. Yeah.
Thank you so much. This is, because we are getting it, guys, and this is not just the last 2 weeks or so. This has literally been 8 to 10 months. 8 to 10 months. I would go into live streams and be like, don't use the S word.
They're like, what?
We all pineapple each other in here. Don't want to get in trouble with the algorithm. But if you put pineapple 1,310 times per minute, the algorithm won't know. It's our little secret. Nope. Algorithm knows. Algorithm doesn't like it. Algorithm don't care what you use. Nick Molnar, what's going on? Listen and learn. Andrew and Ksenia have our back. Oh my God,
Thank
that is
you.
on. Thank you very much. That is so cool of you.
Thank you.
JNC, how are you? Welcome. Congrats on going over at 10,800. Thank you, my friend. You've been with us for so long. Couldn't have done any of it without you. Thank you so very much.
Now, better days, I understand what you're saying, and that's the part that we all kind of are sometimes upset about, that YouTube is not catching completely everything, and sometimes feels that the things that they are catching are unfair, and things that they're not catching are unfair as well. It's a part of where they are not perfect, unfortunately, and we can attest to that too. There's tons of things going on that we wish they would have flagged, or content that is completely inappropriate and is still living on the platform. Unfortunately, it is not perfect in that way, and I don't know if it ever will be. It's a huge billion-user platform.
I have a way of looking at it, and it's not everybody's favorite answer, and I get that, because it's a very cold and callous answer to all of it. I know that. I could philosophize what could go right on here. I'm not big enough to even have them remotely care what I think, and when you have a channel like this that has trouble getting through to them and has to go to that work, it says a lot. I'm just... there's things that make me angry that's on here that they do. Don't get me wrong, but at the end of the day, I'm the one choosing to be on here. Once again, we have no contracts with them or anything. So as much as it bothers me, and I will complain about, I have to roll with the way it is. I just got to do it and be proactive about it. That's what it's about for me. Now, that's not everybody's way of looking at it. I know that, and it sounds cold and it sounds callous, because it is what it is. And when they come out with new rules that drive me crazy, Xenia's got to listen to me go on for 20 minutes as I walk back and forth out of the room complaining about it. But in the end, I then got to just say, well, once again, do I stay on here or do I leave? There's not many options. It is what it is. Do I work with their guidelines or do I go? Because they're not going to change them for me. So I always try to, and Xenia and I try our best. Can't always make it happen, but we've always tried every time they put something out new to make it work in our favor. I always want to look and see if there's some way that it will benefit us, that we can spin it around and use it to get us a bit higher, to get us a bit better, to get us a bit more recognition, to get us a bit more followers, to get us a bit more views. This is business. This is what we use in business all the time. Like I say, when we had the economic crash in 2008, I had worked for a huge music company. A lot of music stores unfortunately went under. Some really great people, but they worried more about what was changing in that instead of them changing. And that's all we can do in the end, is we've got to roll with it, guys. If we choose to be on here, get mad at it, get angry, be diligent, because if you're angry about it, that means you're doing your homework and you're aware of it. So good on you for that. But don't let it consume you. Don't get too caught up in the philosophy of why it is the way it should be. and what YouTube was meant to be, because it's not what it was. It's not. It is what it is now. That's the reality of it. And now, how do I make it work in my favor? Is there a way to make it work in my favor? Even if you don't, in the end, at least you're still on the right track moving ahead. Because if you chase your tail on here, it's very, very quickly you fall behind, like anything else in life. So that's my take onto it. Like I say, I know it sounds cold. I know it sounds callous. I don't mean it to be cold. I just mean it as it's just the reality. So I'd rather spend it more on time on things that I can change versus the things that I can't. That's just my way of looking at it, though. Was there any more slides, hon? Sorry about that. We get.
Yeah, that's okay. We're just walking through them. Now, people. Wall's Life, aka Puddles FPV, was completely unnecessary. Thank you so much, Val. Thank you, Coffee.
You hold on that money. You don't have to do that. It's just always great
Donuts
to see you.
would be so good now. Can we trade that for? I'll make coffee at home and we'll get donuts, Val.
I see where I'm going to have to go tomorrow. I see already my day's planned out.
Wait,
Thank you, Val.
Tomorrow?
Tomorrow, most definitely.
I thought today.
Well, you thought wrong. I'm not going out in this mess tonight.
So now, when this all was happening, and obviously hundreds of people were complaining and what's going on, and it's still going on, people are still saying their account got suspended and what to do. Well, there are numerous options of what you can do if you ever get into the situation where your account gets suspended or you have any problems of getting into your account or anything with your account. Really, how you can get in touch with YouTube. That's the main question. How I can get in touch with YouTube. There is nobody answering me. Well, there are a couple of things you can do. So one of them is appeal of wrongful termination of your channel. And I'm going to definitely put the link down below in the description as well afterwards when you can go to and appeal the wrongful termination. Just save it for yourself. Save the link so when it happens, you know exactly where to go. The link is in the chat right now, but I'm going to definitely add it as well. So this is the direct way of where to go when your channel is being terminated, deleted, no matter if it is Google, YouTube, or any other of their products. The other option applies not only for the termination of the channel, but any other issues that you have on your channel in general. And there are a couple options as well. In general, for every user, no matter how many subscribers you have or views or any of that, you can always tweet at Team YouTube. And that's one more reason why you should have your Twitter account. Tweet at Team YouTube with your problem, and they're pretty good at answering. Now, they might not solve the problem right away, but they're pretty good at answering the tweets there. We have had a couple times to get in touch with them there. Now, if you are in YouTube Partner Program, that means you are monetized and you have agreed to the terms and services there. And again, that's one of the reasons why we tell everybody, please monetize your channel, even if you don't want to stuff your videos with commercials. Please monetize your channel, because you get two other ways of how to get in touch with YouTube that people that are not monetized don't get. One of them, you have access to 24/7 chat. Yes, an actual person, not a robot. An actual person is there that is ready to answer your questions. 24/7 chat, and we have used it, so it works. It's not a bot, it's a person talking to you. You can ask any questions. If you can't find anything on your chat, something is not working, you can't figure out something, where to write what, or you have a question about your video. Again, they might not answer everything, they can do what they can, but you have access to an actual human being working on YouTube 24/7.
That is so cool.
Yeah, this is mind-blowing. I have also put that link down below in the description afterwards as well. And of course, email. You can go into your creator help section of your channel and put the link down below as well. And if you have that enabled for you, you will see an email that you click and you can send your complaints, questions, or anything else, and start your connection with YouTube support team that way. And they're pretty responsive there as well. It might take a day or two. They usually don't work through the weekend, but they are pretty responsive with answering your questions through email as well.
Things on that have gotten a lot better.
Yes.
Things have gotten a lot better.
They have been much better.
We crap on them a lot, but you got to give them something in that one, and it has become more more of a connection to it for sure. It's not perfect, but also too, I don't want to play devil's advocate too much for them. They're a huge corporation, public corporation. They have a right to be as closed off as they choose to be. But I find they are trying to make some parts of this better. I think it's just so big, it's never going to be the way we're hoping for. It's never going to turn into like a local convenience store. It's just not going to happen. You've gone to Walmart and you've seen how hard it is now to try and, or Home Depot or anywhere, how long and how hard it is just to get somebody to help you. Well, imagine with this at, times millions in that store. So, but there is some things getting better. Guys, please don't forget to hit that like button. It really, really does help out a lot. Watching this all over. Oh my God, the bee lady, how are you?
Hey, well, thank you so much. Thank you. I don't know if she could hear us because she's in a different time now watching. So we gotta message her.
So guys, yes, please hit the like button, tweet it out if you haven't already. It does help a lot. It's a great conversation, guys, and there's more to come on this stuff as well. Please know that, guys. There's a lot to cover on these subjects, and this is something that's not just because of the last 2 weeks and because of Markiplier and that. This has been going on. Why I like the story so much was because it involved a big YouTuber, and I find that gets people to see more that there's been this trend, and yes, even certain groups that have geared people towards you're supposed to hate bigger creators, despise them. They don't help the little guy. So unfair. I feel so left out. Why shouldn't they celebrate? And look at how much help he got when it was all said and done. Yes, he got it this time. A lot of them go unsung all the time. Go talk to people like Boogie2988 and all them with 4.5 million and see how much they've been drugged to the trenches and that. There's tons of them out there. They do not get the recognition they deserve for being on here. It does not make a bit of sense. If this was a record company, they would have their posters plastered everywhere. They'd be celebrating to this day. They'd be pushing their greatest hits. They would be doing everything to keep their name relevant. They don't get that kind of treatment here. They really don't, for all that they've done. And you got to admit, when you're said and done, a lot of those big YouTubers, there's somebody out there, there's somebody that most likely got you inspired to jump from a viewer to become a creator. Same as a musician. Musicians all the time are taking licks and stuff like that they got. Oh, you remember when Stevie Ray Vaughan used to do that down, but what if we did down? They're being constantly inspired, not copying, and I can't stress that enough. Not copying. Do not copy people, but be inspired by these guys. They've done a lot on here, and their drive and their passion and that you could take. And Markiplier, that what he did there, his talk, I mean, the passion into it. You can fake so much. This guy really does have a passion for this platform. Probably the one with the heaviest amount of passion out of all the big YouTubers, if I may say so. I can't speak for each one of them, but in my opinion. But we can't also expect ourselves to be covered as much as he got covered on this one. It's just by luck that he is big enough. And they made such a big stink about it. Not just him. If he maybe just did this and nobody else followed, it might have died in his tracks and stayed the way it was. It was especially a lot because of all the ones that had their accounts suspended that banded together. Don't forget the power in numbers that came out of this.
Well, yeah, on Twitter, the hashtag I stand with the band was trending for a good while last week. So definitely that helped. And because he has such a huge community, they banded together as well.
You can be the biggest corporation in the world. Nobody likes to stink. And YouTube is doing what it did when it seized those accounts, was to try to avoid a stink coming up in the next Forbes magazine. Because I'm going to say it, guys, once again, because I don't want this message to be lost on anybody. It does not matter what is written. It's the repetitiveness that's causing the problems. Hence why we always tell every channel in here, don't start with this sub. Don't start with this I rubber booted you and that. Talk to people. The more you leave that garbage out of here, the less chance for our channel having major issues. Because if everybody's talking, if everybody's saying something proper and using up those 200 characters whenever possible, it's almost a 99.9% chance nobody will repeat themselves. And they could all use all night. They can use the word subscribed in there. I like subscribe. Why? Why is my bone with somebody saying they subbed? Because I hate subbed. It just sounds like such a fly-by-night thing because it's been used too many times in the wrong places. It's just a dank-ass word at this point. It's subscribe. There's the button right there. Use it. YouTube knows it's there. You're not shocking the system. The algorithm's well aware that it exists. It's about if you were to write that word 100 times over and over and over and over. When you put that in full sentences and you tell somebody that you checked them out and did all that stuff, it's not going to do anything. It's when it's used over and over. I subbed you, I subbed you, I subbed you, I subbed you. I rubber booted you, I rubber booted you, I rubber booted you, I rubber booted you. I subscribed you, I subscribed to you, I subscribed to you. I Andrewed you, Andrewed you, Andrewed you, Andrew. Whatever the word you use is wrong because it is in the context of it. You're spamming. It's got nothing to do with the word. It's got nothing to do with the emoji. It's got to do with the repetitiveness. And the same with messages on videos. I liked your video, seen it, watched it, danced on one toe and clapped high. And that goes 450 times a day. You can watch full views all you want. You can do all that stuff. The algorithm's still throwing it all in the suspected spam because it's been written 200 times that day. The exact same thing over and over and over. Paste it in there. There's your spam. It's got nothing to do with the words you used. You can change all those words tomorrow, not use the same word in any of it. And do the same pattern where you wrote it 55 times in everybody's video that you watch, and it's going to end up in the spam as well. It's using the same terminology over and over and over, the same structure over and over and over. That's why we ask people, and we've been doing that for many months now for that simple reason, because when everybody's talking, it keeps our channel in good standing, and we have to. We have every right to protect our channel. That's our job. YouTube has specifically said that in the update on the terms and services, that if you cannot manage your live streams, comments in your live streams and on your videos, disable them. You have two choices. But in the end, we have to be like deputies for YouTube for our channel. We're like bar owners. Every one of us is like owns a bar. And it's up to us to make sure that it functions properly, or we fair a chance of facing the consequences for it. So you got to do it. It's up to you when it's said and done. As well as for your channel. You come in doing it in my channel, I kick you out, you go and do it in another channel, you get away with it. Yes, some channels are going to get away with it more than others. But are you prepared for the chance when it goes and does the same to you as it did to the followers from Markiplier? Yes, Markiplier and them were just using green paddles and red paddles. It didn't care. What if it was racist comments? What if it was hate-filled comments? What if it was lewd comments? The algorithm just sees repetitive motion and goes into critical mode to deal with it. And that day was huge because he's a huge YouTuber with a huge amount of people in. And as much as I love Mark, and what he said was so great, and I love the way he stood up for his followers and all that stuff, what if it had been hateful terms that came in? What if he got like a super ass raid with hate words, with lewd words and all that? He'd be so thankful that the algorithm did what it was supposed to. So we're not knocking him on the message, but it's not going to happen anytime soon where the algorithm can tell the difference between one or the other. Now, his size, I have a feeling what's going to come soon is they're going to be able to pre-approve when they're doing something. They're almost going to get bonded by YouTube and maybe be allowed to do it. But it's not going to come down to us. They can't do it for everybody. So we have to be very diligent that we keep our channels in good standing as a viewer and as a host. And that's whether you do videos or whether you do live streams, it's for everybody. There's no such thing as one trigger word that will get you spam because you wrote that. Whether you write hello 100 times or whether you write a lewd word 100 times or whether you show pineapple emojis 100 times, it's the 100 times that the algorithm cares about. That's what's going to get you in trouble, not the comment itself. So be very, very careful with it because this is proof that it can happen even on a large level. And this is proof that they were lucky that it happened with the big YouTuber that went to bat for them. And most likely they're going to do like a batch reprieve on these guys and just let them go because I can't see them single out every channel that was in there. More likely they're going to take a time frame and work from there and just give everybody a reprieve. But it don't work that way. And we don't have the pull that he has. And look at how lucky he was he got the pull he did. Because it doesn't usually work that way even for big YouTubers. A lot of them, most times the stories we hear, the big YouTubers walk away not victorious in here. This is not a common everyday event. So be careful. Just be careful. And there is no update. There is no update on this. Please, anytime you hear stuff in other live streams and in ours, I cannot stress enough, especially in ours, we give you documentation. gladly for a reason to show you, but I can't give you documentation for something that doesn't exist, but you can go and look it up and read about it. There is nothing changed about this. It has been like this for many a moon, folks. Many a moon. Okay? This is nothing new. It's just that a big YouTuber got hit with it. But anytime you hear that, and I was in 3 live streams today, and I'm just hearing it steady in that, like, oh my God. Okay, pineapple will get you thrown out, but, I'll let you in a little secret. If you use an apple emoji, you're all good. You can post that 9 trillion times a minute, and the algorithm's going to have no idea what it is. Wrong. There's no coding to it. There's no percentage of emojis to sentence and spaces between them and how many words you can do. My God almighty, we're all going to have to go get engineering degrees soon to be on YouTube if this is the case. It is not happening like that. And everybody's saying, well, I heard it here and I heard it there. And oh, today, I even heard one say, it's go and check the guidelines. It's in there. It's not in there. We've read it from back to back. Secondly, the guidelines are only being, those new updates are only coming out December 10th. Why would they be doing them now on top of that?
Now, once again, we're not saying completely that YouTube was a complete right and Markiplier was in complete wrong, or the other way around. There is a gray side in both of those. No, most likely Markiplier wasn't expecting it being flagged as a spam because YouTube supplies them with these emojis. At the same time, he should have known that repetitive messages of the same things when there are hundreds, thousands of people watching can be considered spam. Should YouTube have used these measures by deleting the channels and Google accounts altogether? Probably not. It was a little bit harsh dealing with it. At the same time, they try to do their work. Damn if you do and damn if you don't. So I do agree that there was a fault of YouTube, but there also was a little bit of expectancy from the bigger YouTubers of being protected as well, which we are not, just smaller ones.
Very much so.
Yeah.
I just had an empathy. This will cut down on lives and folks will be dropping content.
But why?
There's nothing's changed. There's no reason to. It's all just in the way you manage your streams. But it is up to you. And yes, remember we were doing like the live stream survival guides that I did? Mm-hmm. This was a great example of why we started them, because there's a lot of things that you get it on how to start OBS, how to do this and that. But it's the ethical things that come with it. It's the same as a bar. What happens when it's your best friend that's spamming the chat? Do you want to put your channel in jeopardy? Do you want to piss off your friend? Do you want to lose people? You know, it puts you in kind of a dilemma onto it. But that's the same as when you open a bar, you know. Your friends are like, oh, it's going to be so cool. We're all going to be able to party together. What happens when your friend starts getting drunk, dancing on the table, no shirt on, hitting on the girls? It's your best friend, but you also don't want to lose your business. It's the same thing as in here. You have to put the better of your YouTube channel. If you care about it, you got to. It's not easy, but nothing in life is easy. And there's no exception here. No comments in content. Well, you can have them. You just got to monitor them. You got to have your filters out, make sure you're taking care of them, and you got to be watching them and not making sure that anything slips the goalie. That's what it comes down to. YouTube just wants you to do your best to keep it under control. And if you have somebody writes, I hate stupid, whatever, cursing and swearing, and you're leaving all these comments sit on there or in your stream, or you're letting people go, I got you, and all these things and all that, then you are opening yourselves up to the attacks. You've got to do the best you can to keep that under control. That's the part of it, because at least then you have something to take to YouTube. Should you get shut down, you can show that you were doing your diligence the best you can. Sean, how are you? I just want to say hi to our Haunted Travels. Panic D, how are you? Great to see you.
Good to see you. So what about emojis? What about the way we're talking in the live stream? And I see a couple of the questions here that are still
let's do the questions.
That are still unclear about what we can and what we can't do. Nothing has changed. Nothing has changed. And I'll repeat that again, and I'm not going to be spammy. Nothing has changed. Okay? Whatever was there in YouTube, in their guidelines, in the way you should or should not be doing things 2 weeks ago, 3 weeks ago, is still the same today. Nothing has changed with regards in the conducting their comments or live stream sections. Can you put my presentation just for a second?
Which one?
So what about the emojis? Well, there is emojis. You can use them. And actually, I did a little research. I wanted to know the 3 top emojis that people are using on the live stream. And if Andrew could show the next slide, we could all see the 3 main emojis that people are using in 2019. The laughing heart, the love, and the kiss emoji. And by the way, the 81% of emoji users believe those who use emojis are friendlier and more approachable. So please do use emojis. People like you better, apparently, by Adobe study that they did just recently in 2019. Use emojis. Use them. They're there to use them to express your emotions.
But once again, as a side note, guys, with everything we talked about same tonight, just use in moderation. That's what gets lost in everything in YouTube. It's never balanced. It's always all or none. It's just about balance. When you're using things the same as you talked all day, if you were talking to friends all day and you kept using, when you meet a friend and they use the same word, you can tell they've just learned a new word.
Yeah.
And they use it in everything they talk about.
Oh, yeah.
It's like that when you do it in the chat. If all you're doing is that same emojis, or that same word over and over and over. There's a reason why we say talk to people as people in here. Forget the channel name. Remember, there's a human being behind it. Because then you drop those automated want responses and actually talk as you do to people in real life. And that gets rid of all the problems. You're going to use emojis from time to time. Think of emojis like if you use colorful hand gestures when you talk and stuff like that. They're all good. It's just anything of anything is too much when it's done repetitively. If you do that, your channel's not in trouble. The stream or the host of the video you're visiting is not. Nobody is. Nothing has changed. We like Mark, and we're not picking onto it. There's a whole bunch of sides to this, and that's a side I really actually drove me crazy, and I didn't feel more people were looking at, especially the bigger ones. I want to cheer him on, and I do cheer him on, and I commend the way he stood up to YouTube and got things taken care of. I also believe it was a group mentality that pushed a lot of it as well, not to take away from what he's done. But in the end, we'll never have that kind of power if something happens to us. We have to accept the fact and be more diligent that we're not big channels on here at this time. That's the thing. We just got to talk to people, be good to each other, treat each other as human beings on here, and everything goes well. That fixes all the problems of worrying what's going to be in the chat and get it triggered. That worries about most of the arguments that comes on here. That comes to most of the way people are treated in here. All handled in that one simple thing. Heavy Metal Magnet, how are you, my friend? Great to see you. Heavy Metal Magnet's in here. I know he has a baby. I know his wife. I have a connection with him, and I don't see it as a channel name. I see it as that guy sitting there holding his baby. But the same as when I meet a new channel, every one of you have a story. Your life is not some digital art that solely exists on YouTube and then fades away, whether you're a character on here, whether you're yourself on here, whatever you do. So it's better to just get that out of the way, get that mindset into your head, and just communicate with everybody as such, because that almost alleviates all problems. What Mark did, he should have known better that was going to trigger it. But that's, I think, because a lot of big YouTubers really are not that familiar with live streaming. They really aren't.
And also he started his live streams, his content, in 2012, I think it was. So, there was completely different rules even a year or two ago. Yes. So, plus, he thought it's for members. He thought it's for members, so that would exclude him from spamming. That's what most likely was his thinking behind it. It's for members. Why not? There's nothing into it. So, should he have thought about it? Maybe. But at the same time, YouTube shouldn't have punished him.
No.
His viewers, really, not him, as hard as they have.
But I think in the end, it brought to light a lot of this, and unfortunately, once again, got to make the best out of a bad situation. It really got us talking about it. It really does. So Channel description. Sorry, I missed. Oh, you guys are talking? Or?
Yeah,
I'm sticking my-
spam, word spam pertains to any content, and content, as per the guidelines that have started in the summer, is anything on your channel. Comments, chats, videos, descriptions, tags, titles, anything. Anything is content, and any content can have spam.
Yep. You got to be careful, guys. Really, really careful about it. Don't freak out about it. Just be well informed. It's not scary, just as long as you understand the guide. Take time to read the guidelines. When I know some people say, "Oh, I just want to have fun on here," but I'm going to bring up that example, and I know some are going to roll their eyes. I've done it 1,000 times. I consider YouTube like model railways. The guys don't do it just to watch the train go around the track. They enjoy all aspects of it. It's part of the hobby, and you have to do that on YouTube. If you're having just fun on here, why do you want the fun to end? So that's even more reason to be abreast of all the changes and the rules and the guidelines, so you don't go out of it and you can continue to have that fun. You know? So just food for thought, guys, to really make sure that you keep your channel in good standing. Be aware of all what's going on. And if you hear anything in life, I'm going to shut this off for some of the music. Hold on. There's all kinds of rumors go everywhere in life, guys, no matter what we do, whether it's at the office, whether it's the warehouse, whether it's at home, in our community, at our church, at our whatever the place. There is always going to be rumors. And rumors are always built in the same way. They always start off with saying, well, you know, no, it happened to my uncle. This crazy thing happened to my aunt the other day. I read about it in the paper. It's not even bad. It's just a natural instinct to want to bring strength into what we're about to say. Okay. This is why we meticulously, and this is something I'm proud of, and we get a lot of compliments onto it, and I feel that's what's helped build up our name on here for this kind of stuff. We're always giving you guys documentation when it comes out. We're always referencing the video. We're always referencing the article. We're always referencing. But with that said, still, even with us, go and look it up. Those materials are there. Take the time and read it. Double, triple check everything. You know why? Just by even reading it, and I have confidence in what we give, but I'm saying that with everywhere. Because you're going to understand it that much better, and it's going to be that much more effective into what you do in here, and you're going to feel that much more confident in what you've seen before your very eyes is. And if you see an article pop up somewhere, go and search for the source. Keep digging back. Usually they'll list their source into it. So even the big ones, go and find out. Click back. Go see where it came from, just out of curiosity. Because I think we're all aware by now, not everything we see online is the truth. So as a side note, I'm going to ask people, please, if you get wind of something, before you go and announce it everywhere, take time and go look at it. I'm not picking on anybody. We've been saying this since last year. Take a few minutes and go and make sure it is right. We watched that happen with a channel a couple of months ago that got taken down, and word got out that for taxation that people should unsubscribe to it because it was taken over by another channel, and then that other person is going to get hurt. If the person lost hundreds of subscribers that day, and there was no need for it. There was zero need. A lot of times it's done in good intentions. It's not bad intentions, but make sure what you're doing, the course of action, is the right course of action to take. Please, there's already enough misinformation flying all over here. I swear to God, sometimes it's like a manure spreader. You can just see it flying everywhere, all over the place and that. Just go and read up for yourself. And if it's right, that's great. Then you know better. And the more you read it up, and if you want to be a real sleuth and you read it over 10 times, you look for other articles and dig it through, well, you're that much better of a YouTuber for it. You understand your platform better. You benefit from it in the end when it's done that way. So both of us 100% encourage you to keep looking, to keep digging. And we're happy to bring you guys information, but as well for us, go and check it out. Go and make sure. We're not offended by it. We're actually honored. And I mean that. We have people come by, I went through all the documents that told me, and I found 4 other articles about it. And, they're more adverse to what they can do on here. they've just given themselves strength. It's really knowledge on that one. And they've just become a lot stronger on a very confusing platform. Because it can be very confusing by times.
Oh, that it is.
I've always said it's like going down a bad street, you know? I like a video like Guns N' Roses' Welcome to the Jungle where you first get off in a new city and everybody's pulling you each way. Hey, come here, you want to make some cash? Hey, I'm going to take care of you. We're going to do this. I got the right fix for you. And it is confusing. Not everybody knows. And it's hard to learn. And you bring in all the misinformation you get online and all the information in here and all the places that are getting yanked and tugged and join this and do that. Just educate yourself. Educate yourself. It really is like that when it first gets in here. But the more you can ground yourself and the more you understand it, the quicker you do, pardon me, the easier it gets. It will never get easy. Please don't let me set you up for a fail. It never gets easy, but it gets easier. And understanding it is the first key to making it a lot better for yourself here on YouTube. So by all means, dig away to your heart's content. And if you ever notice something that we said was off on a point or something like that, please tell us. And we're going to investigate. We're going to hear what you say. We're also going to go look it up. And we'll be the first ones to pat you on the back if that's the way it is, because then we know it better as well. You know, so just wanted to put that out there, guys. And like I said, this is something we've been saying since at least last September, at least, if not even earlier. This is nothing new. No, that's the funny part of this whole Markiplier thing. Nothing is new what we talked about. Nothing has changed.
Nope.
It's the same story. This is not our first rodeo onto it. So that's it. I think it comes around in waves, it seems like, for some reason it goes.
And I see some of the questions here with regards to other parts of YouTube as well. We do have our Tuesday Tech Talk tomorrow at 7 p.m. Eastern, as always. So keep your questions, write them down, and come back tomorrow at 7 p.m. Eastern. We are more than welcome to ask and answer them together with you in the chat. There is going to be a lot about YouTube changes in the looks and the way we are used to finding content that we're going to be talking about tomorrow, and a few other visual changes. Nothing major into guidelines just yet.
I was booted out of our live stream.
Oh no, well that happens all the time.
Yep, there you go.
Yeah. And definitely come back into our live stream. I will be adding the links to the information that we talked about today, as well as the spam links, guidelines, and all of that, all the resources that you can go and research yourself as well in the description down below after our live stream is uploaded and processed. So if not today, then tomorrow morning it should be there. So come back for those links. And one more thing I wanted to tell them. Can I?
Go ahead.
The best thing is to protect yourself in any situation. How you can protect yourself on YouTube, you wonder? Well, besides of just being on within the guidelines and everything else that sometimes be so confusing. Did you know that you can actually download your data on Google and back it up either occasionally or once, depending what you want to do? There's a link in the chat, and I'm going to include it in the description as well. You can actually go into this link and download separately your YouTube channel. That's right, all of your YouTube channel all at once. Your calendar events, your emails, your photos, anything and everything about Google products that you're a part of, you can actually download them, and you can do it either once or you can do it every once in a while and have it routinely done just in case you lose it. You still have that all information saved for you. So better be safe, protect yourself. The link is in the chat and will be in description as well.
Hey, thanks for helping me get it. Oh, no problem. Smoking Joe's Pit Barbecue. Fantastic work, by the way, and congratulations to you once again. Great to have you guys all in here. I hope whoever missed it can go back and watch some of this, guys. We'll put a link to where the talk actually starts once it's uploaded. It's for everybody, guys, and it really, really is. And if you haven't tweeted it out, please do, so more see it as well. It really helps a lot as well. If you guys can let more of your friends know what's going on here, we really do appreciate it. You got to realize you guys are such a snapshot of so many niches in here, and that's what our channel's always been about, bringing niches together and discussing these things. Tech Talk Tuesday, yes, guys, tomorrow night at 7 p.m. Your questions, you bring them in. 3 hours of just talking YouTube, whether you just started or been in it for a while. We're all in it together, guys. If I lose my Google accounts, I'm becoming a hermit and going to live in a cave.
Well, it's hard. It's harder
Yeah.
than using a YouTube account, definitely. Especially nowadays when everything is connected to that
Exactly.
Google account. It definitely is something to think about. But nothing has changed. Be you. Be a person that is a human being. And if you are, you have nothing to worry about.
Exactly, guys. That's what happens. Is a lot of this is what happens. Is channels are dancing around the gray, hoping they don't get hit by the bug zapper. Stay out of the
Yeah.
gray. Stay out there. There, you want the answer? Stay out of the gray, and then you don't even have to worry about any of this stuff. Like we tell people, they come in when they're not used to us yet, and they're like, "I got you," or "I emojied you," whatever. And we're like, talk to people who use up the 200 characters. It only takes an extra 30, 40 seconds once you're into it. It doesn't slow you down any. Now, some want to hear it and adhere to it, and they're okay with it, and some don't, and they eventually got to be removed because that's for the sake of our channel to keep it proper. But it's not that big. It's not that big of a difference. It's just a mindset of thinking, "Oh, it slows me down from meeting people." We're on for 3 hours. 30, 40 seconds on a comment is not going to keep you from meeting a bunch of people. It actually helps you meet more people in a way, because you have a better chance of them actually getting to know you, and maybe some of them checking you out. It ups your ante. But we're going to do the ground shake again? I'm going to do the ground shake. Yes. Yeah.
I feel bad for the camera. I don't
Alrighty,
know
guys.
if it's supposed to shake
Okay.
like this.
Okay, you and I will shake, okay? All right.
Oh my God, this
All
is
right.
so...
Okay, guys. Anybody who hasn't hit that like button on the count of 3, folks, let's shake the world. So everybody hasn't hit that like button. Let's do it on the count of 3. Let's bring up the echo. You
I
ready?
will shake you.
All right, I'll shake you. Okay. Wait, we can't shake it till it happens.
Well, it's happening now.
Oh my God Almighty! European, got it all ass first this time. Good God! They're supposed to shake the ground. We're supposed to react. All right. I feel like an old Smothers Brothers. The routine going on here. Jeez. All righty, guys. Here we go. On the count of 3. Anybody who hasn't hit that like button? Let's do it. Let's see if we can shake it. I'm checking the number right now. 1, 2, 3, go. Wait, it hasn't kicked in yet. There we go. Okay, there we go. We got a lot. Keep it going. Keep it going. Keep it going. There we go. Oh yeah, super chat, super chat, super chat.
You don't know how to do that.
Yeah, there you go. Oh my God, you guys are awesome. Thank you for putting up for all our craziness. You guys are absolutely awesome.
Oh my. And now please spread the word so I don't have to answer all of the questions. Can I use emojis in the chat? Yes.
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 Just don't use them obnoxiously.
Yes.
Any word, any sentence, just
Anything.
don't do anything on here obnoxiously, and everybody's good. Everybody's covered. We would never even have to worry about
Whatever
something
feels
again.
unnatural, just don't do it.
Yes,
That's
exactly.
all. You
Yep.
can use emojis, you can use words, you can use link. Just everything in moderation. If you use
we know
your
what it is.
sugar-
You know what? It's a great example is when people come in and they'll say, "Hi there. I'm not really sure if this is okay to ask this, but can I say I'm going live right now?"
Yeah, no, don't do it.
That's exactly what it is. People already know when they're in the gray for the most part. It does happen, the odd person will stumble, but most people know because they wouldn't be so hesitant about doing it or so blatant about doing it. They're already well aware what they're doing.
Well, exactly.
You know.
XOXO. Just because I said 3 times hello to somebody doesn't mean it's spamming. It's not spamming, guys. It's the same as eating junk food. Sometimes overeating, it happens. But if you start eating junk food altogether, just that, well, that's bad. The same with spamming words or repeating the words. So it's so easy to understand. It is nothing complicated.
Most of us know by now that once you're into YouTube for a while, now you guys as well, you're in here or in your own streams. You see a channel come in, and they start off, and you know right away what's coming. You can see it a mile away. Here we go. Here comes another one, like you 42, like you 76, got yous. You can pretty much get a feel for the most part. Now, there's about the odd ones now and then that really surprise me. But for the most part, guys, it's just a mindset. And that's why we've also taken a lot of flack for our channel. We've been called all kinds of things because we're banning people for doing it and stuff like that. I'm not here to change the world. There's too many YouTubers. I'm not here to change everybody. We have a way we run our channel, and if it's not for that person, they're better off finding a place where they're going to be free to do it and happy to do it and enjoy each other's company doing it. They can frolic in each other's I got yous and sub me 46s to their heart's content. I don't care if they want to do that. That doesn't involve me. It involves me what happens on this channel. What they want to do, knock yourselves out. You got a channel to do it? Fantastic. We can't be all things to all people. And if you have a Sankaset bar and you start letting bikers hang around, all of a sudden more bikers start showing up and less of the Sankaset crowd stop coming. And so on until you got a room full of bikers and none of the Sankaset left. There's different places for different people that like to do what they do. And I'll get the same thing like what I was just talking about tonight, seeing in some of the other live streams I was into today. I'm not going to open my mouth in there. Who the hell am I? I'm not the deputy. They can do whatever they want in there. If they ask me, is this what we're supposed to do? I would gladly answer. But I'm not in there to tell them. That's their choice to do what they want to do. I'm not. When I'm in our live stream, we have a way we run ours. And that's a normal thing. That should be. Not all things are the same to all people. Not everybody has the same wants for where their directions to go. And that's the good thing. That's the spice of YouTube. That's the great thing about it is there's not only something for somebody, there's millions of something for everybody. And to me, that's the spirit of YouTube. And if they are doing something wrong and they get taken down, well, that was their choice. You know? That was their decision. I'm not deputized by YouTube, you know? That's the cool thing about it. So, you know, this is how we choose to do our channel. That's why we've asked people not to use emojis this has been going on for so many months now for that exact reason.
For subbing, just clarifying, because I know people, what? You just said you can use it. Just clarifying, because it's going to be what? We can't use? Yes, you can use emojis. You can, in context, guys. I'm pretty sure we're going to have the same question tomorrow.
Sean's on a roll tonight. We have an official policy on our channel. You make fun of Boris, you get banned. He gets grumpy if I don't. There you go.
Exactly.
That's right. You got to keep Boris happy.
Rules.
No Boris, no channel.
Always.
Wendell Live, how are you, buddy? Oh, we were just bragging up the other day. I was actually talking to David, the producer, and you came up again, and we both think the world of you, by the way. Great to see you. Great to see the Sir Shannon show. How are you? Great to see all you guys in here tonight, guys. It was an absolutely fantastic conversation with you all. If you didn't get to see it, I hope you'll go back. We'll put up the timestamp once it's been rendered at the time where the actual conversation starts. It is for everybody, guys, no matter what you do on YouTube. Thank you so much for everything. Thank you for all the great conversation tonight, the great points you guys brought up. This is always what we love the most on YouTube. I love this. I really do. There's some really great people in here, some really great minds, and some really great thoughts, but do it very respectfully. That's awesome. I've been traveling, trying to catch up. That is so freaking awesome, my friends. Like I said, we were saying only good things about you.
Thank you so much. And if you haven't gone to our Remembers Today tribute, please do. The link will be in the chat and it is featured on our homepage as well. It is timestamped with 2 minutes of silence as well as the reading of a poem in Flanders Fields. Today is a Veterans Day, a Remembers Day in Canada. Let's remember those that have fought for us and that still are.
You want to put the link in the chat for that one? For the timestamp one?
I am already. Honey.
Alrighty, guys. On that note, I'm out of here. Good. I got lipstick in my hair now.
That's
Perfect.
how it was intended. See you tomorrow at 7 p.m. Eastern on Tech Talk Tuesday. Get your questions ready. I'm sure it's going to be fun.
Take care, everybody. Thank you so much for tonight, and be well, guys. And stay informed, guys. That's the way to do it. That's the best way to stay safe on here. Cheers and be well.